wonderful day. Sanibonani, good people. Hello. It's Yanga, the MC, coming to you again on this Saturday, hoping you have or had a beautiful week and that you are having a very relaxed Saturday, that you're taking some time off. Hopefully you getting some rest and you obviously getting to unwind after the hardships that come with our everyday lives. Quite frankly, it's getting too much. I sometimes look at my life and I think, it's all getting too much. Juggling between everything that I'm juggling with. I know a lot of people are busy with a lot of things, and maybe that's the way to go about it. Maybe that's life, that's the calling, and that's the reason that we are all maybe somehow doing and going about things. It's so we're busy, it's so we're swamped, it's so we're up and down and trying to, fit the puzzle, trying to put everything together, trying to make our lives better, trying to, as I always put it, be a better version of ourselves. So through that process, I think we sometimes forget to take that step back and just breathe. And hence I'm saying, hope everyone is taking that chance just to breathe and just to recalm and recollect on this Saturday. I'm not sure what you're busy with, but I'm thankful for you actually joining me and actually taking a chance out to listen to this session once again. I always come to you on Saturdays with the Empowerment Podcast, and it's another aspect, another part. Sometimes I won't lie, it does get that much it does get to be that much of a hassle. Sometimes I forget that I need to meet with you guys on Saturdays, as much as I love it, but because of the busy schedules and everything that in fact everyone is busy with, you sometimes forget this kind of work that's in line. But every time I'm with you guys, as I always put it, I am that enthusiastic, I'm that happy, I'm that energized and feeling great about it. So thank you for actually tuning in. I'm hoping today's session is actually also going to get us to reflect a bit. But before I get to that, thank you to you guys for coming through. Thank you to you guys for supporting us. I always mention that we're growing, and I always talk to you about the fact that it is you that is making us go where we are actually going, and it is you that's actually contributing to this kind of success. The Empowerment Podcast is realizing, or it's coming to the type of success that we're hoping that it does, and it's through the support that you guys give. So thank you for that, for making sure that you're tuning in, for making sure that you're part of us and you're part of the family. Again, on our socials, we'd like you there. On our socials, we'd like you communicating with us. So the only way we know how you're feeling, and the only way that we seeing and that we actually reading your responses and your kind of integration and finding that kind of response from you, that feedback, is through our socials. So do come through. Do make sure that you visit us. Do make sure that you follow us. Do make sure that you recommend us. So YouTube, it's Empowerment Podcast. Do follow, do subscribe, do comment. And then obviously we also on Facebook on Empowerment Podcast. Instagram, it's at empowerment_podcast. We're also on TikTok. So make sure that you are coming through, ladies and gents. So today, as I said, we're probably just going to look to reflect a bit. I'm actually going to discuss a topic. It came from a conversation I had with a friend. Took a while for me to digest when I thought about the conversation after it happened. And so this is me and my friend. We're talking, we're discussing, catching up. And let me just say, a chunk of the conversation was about me. A chunk of the conversation was about, how are you doing? Yanga, how's this coming along? And when I reverted and gave the same questions, the kind of same concerns in terms of how's your stuff coming along, not everyone's stuff maybe is on social, so some people are actually discreet about the things that they're doing. So having not been together, having not spoken for a while, having to try find out that, I noticed that kind of withdrawal from that kind of question and that kind of maybe getting that response. And I noticed as well the ability to maybe try and sidetrack or maybe try and not concentrate even from the word go on topics that we talk of him. And so that kind of gave me something to talk about this week, to say a lot of us are probably somewhere, somehow doing some things, and we feeling that we are not maybe where we need to be, and we're losing a lot of respect and a lot of kind of confidence in everything that we're going about. And that's also, in fact, also touching a bit on the love that I want to talk about, because I want to draw from this that some people are walking around and are actually in stages where they are losing a bit of love for themselves. The topic I want to talk about today is the self-love aspect of our love. We are living fast, furious lives, and we are forgetting the one thing that is most important before we actually do anything over and above going out and making sure we expose and maybe indicate to everyone how's things going, etc., etc. The very core thing of self-loving yourself is what I'm trying to maybe remind each and every one of our listeners today to, let's stop right there. Let's remember one thing. So I want to drill this somehow to someone who's maybe thinking that they are passengers in some way or another in this life. Someone who's thinking that maybe their specific lives is not worth talking about, is not worth communicating, there's nothing special, but however, someone who's even feeling a bit inferior to the next person because of that thing that's not going correctly or as planned. I'm not even going to mention the many things a lot of people are maybe or have not then achieved, and by that they've realized, or maybe they've kind of categorized themselves as somewhat a bit inferior to the next person. This hurts me, this takes me down so bad, because the one thing I always look at, the next person, I don't care how well dressed you, what bigger position you occupy. I'm not really interested in any of the stuff that make you big. In my eyes, I'm as big as the next person. In my eyes, and remember I actually had to learn this, because even in meetings at work, you find that you are not confident enough to speak to people who are superior to you because you feel that you are inferior. And as soon as you do that, you're not even sure whether you are allowed to be even voicing out your kind of opinion. Yeah, we start to feel that we listen, we're just here to be told what to do and follow, and when that's not the case. And I feel that this is the aspect that builds to that, is first realizing who you are and then loving who you are, because truth be told, you have no one else but you. So this is something I want to just really stress about people. We are forgetting the one fundamental thing in our lives, and that's first and foremost to love ourselves. One Nikita Gill, I read one nice quote online. They're speaking about this, and she mentions that the reason it is hard to love yourself is because you cannot walk away from yourself. So you have to sit within your skin through every painful emotion, every second of disgust, and still find pieces of yourself to love through the wreckage, eh? This is great. This is why loving yourself is an act of revolution. It is telling yourself you deserve love even in the places you do not think you are worthy of love. So this to me spoke massively. It spoke incredibly because we are starting to, I think, as we grow, as a matter of fact, as we mature, as we age, if you can put it that way. I'm not aging, by the way. I'm far from aging. I think I'm Yanga. So I think my name even takes, I love how some people spell my name as that. Yanga. I think as we, progress in life, I remember when you're in high school, you're thinking tertiary is going to be easy. You get to tertiary, you find that, I can't wait to get to work because tertiary is hard. And then you get to work and then, now you can't wait for that next promotion because this work, and then you get the next promotion and then and that's life. That's life. The steps and the challenges that we thought are on the other side and we anticipated will be a bit easier are actually not. And for some other reason, that process of what life is teaching us could be possibly taking away the aspect of love from us. So that's why I want to stress on this today. I want us to remember that we are all we've got. You are all you've got. So regardless of how successful you've become, regardless of how not successful you've become or unsuccessful, and I don't know. Regardless of the situations that we're in right now, we have a responsibility. We have no other way but to love ourselves, because loving yourself is the first step to making sure that self-confidence comes afterwards. All the other things, elements that talk to you being rather productive or a successful person in the outside, I honestly believe they come after the aspect of first love, first realizing that you're all you've got. You're the best version of you, and only you can construct you to being the successful individual that you are. So it comes from first loving you. It comes from first admiring you. It comes from first praising you. It comes from first making sure that no one else can tell you that you are inadequate, because you aren't, And then a lot of people are also making the mistake of feeling that for example, let's just mention, some people are not specifically in certain kind of situations. Someone is not in a relationship, I'll make that example, and they feel that they're not worthy, and then they start not loving themselves, and it's a long topic. It's something I'm really I'm trying to portray. One day I'll become a very good speaker, and I'll be able to portray all the stuff that I'm actually seeing and viewing and actually wishing to give off. But if we start learning some things like, okay, firstly, very importantly as well, it's no one's responsibility to make you happy. Maybe that point was missed somewhere along the line. It's no one's responsibility to make you happy. So we kind of giving up the powers and giving up that element to someone, to thinking our happiness will be given or will be remote controlled by if we find someone. No. Self-love, self-happiness, it all begins with you. No one finds you beautiful if you don't find yourself beautiful. And then that relays to how you portray yourself outside or to other people. And then it talks to then how then you go about you and your kind of goals, your kind of visions and everything else. Because you first pinned down, you've put the peg on one of the most important things in life, and that's loving yourself. So, as I say, it's something I was actually really feeling today, and I wanted to actually give that off. And I want just people to really come back to themselves, Not everyone thinks like you. Okay, what makes sense to people, what makes sense to that person and that person doesn't necessarily need to make sense to you. So it comes back to that. It comes back to you first realizing that you are you. You are unique. You are. Oh man, so. It's that kind of topic. It's that kind of topic. But yeah, let me not really get too carried away because I'm feeling that it's something that I really wanted to pose out, and then maybe words just to those people who really are having it hard at the moment, to those people who really are not knowing where to turn to. If you look this side, there's a rock. If you look this side, it's a hard place. There's that much kind of pressure. There's that much kind of, I'm not sure, things that are not going according to plan. I just want to mention to those people that you just remember that no storm lasts forever. You just need to just come back to yourself. Hold on. You just need to be brave. You just need to continue to have faith. All the storms, every storm, in fact, it's temporary, and we need not to face the storm alone because God is with us always. So that's what I just want to leave you with this week. Hang in there. Hang in there. Hang in there. So, ladies and gents, that's probably going to be it from me today. I'm thankful always for having this chance to come to you and making this date a reality. So thank you. Then once again, that was Yanga TheMc coming to you. Hope you have a wonderful weekend going forward. Bye-bye.